One Sprinking, and today I'm coming at you with a discussion video 2. And this discussion video I'm going to be talking about anime and manga only cards to OCG and TCG. So just basically talking about cards that we've only seen the anime and the manga from all across the 5 series of Yu-Gi-Oh! That I would like to see in get printed cards though. So and some of these archetypes, and I'll mainly talk about the archetypes. I'm not going to talk about every archetype, especially not the ones that we only like the one episode archetypes, basically kind of like the filler episodes. I'll at least kind of talk about more like the archetypes that come to my mind when I think about the each of the series or two. So, and I'm not going to go over, like I said, every archetype or every card because like just so many goes. There's like hundreds probably. But yeah, I thought I'd do this video because of course today was the last episode of Arc 5, which I watched it and I really enjoyed the ending. It was an awesome ending. I loved it. And it just felt like it was like rushed at the end there too, and like they could have had more to it though, like I would at least like to see like maybe 2 more episodes. But yeah, I'm gonna really miss it though too, and one of my favorite series or two. So yeah, I'm gonna really miss it there, and yeah. But anyway, on the video here, and I'll start with each series. This is just of course for the first 5 series though too, but I'll just start from each series and work my way up there too. So from the original Yu-Gi-Oh series, the archetype that I'd like to see get printed and comes to my mind is the Orichalcos deck. So I know we have Divine Serpent Ge, Orichalcos Shunris, and the Silver Orichalcos, but it'd be cool to see the Orichalcos deck get made. And before I go on further, I do want to also talk about my thoughts on this as well too. And this is just me like brief as well too. As much as I love to see, and the main example I use is the Winged Dragon of Ra, because it's like the strongest guard card in the anime, and I know in the card game now people would probably say it's probably not the strongest. It's probably the Slifer and Obelisk are stronger than Ra, which I can see why they why people would agree with that there too. But yeah, it's like if you want to make a card if you want to make bring these anime and manga only cards over that are really strong like that, I understand the point of want to make it so it's not as a so OP. But you don't need to like completely ruin the card's effects. Like for example, the Winged Dragon Ra. I remember in the video games if you tribute 3 monsters, it gains all those monsters' attack and defense points. I would like it if they at least kept that ability, and the fact you don't have to pay out all but 100 life points though, because if someone uses just desserts, you lose. So I kind of wish they didn't really, be too harsh in that card there too. Just like for another example, uses like Supreme King Dragon Zark. That's an art card that they kind of it's not as amazing as it is in the show. And I love these cards because they're OP, and even if they just brought them over with the same effects, I'd love it though. They really ruined cards there too. And now of course the Winged Dragon Raw is still a really good card, and same with Supreme King Dragon Zark though, and everything always wonder too is why they, for example, Supreme King Dragon Zark is now Supreme King Zark. Why they changed names? But I guess like they have a difference like that there too. But I guess that's what it is. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on the whole bringing us over cards for anime and manga, which I always have a feeling they will do these things at some point or two with some of these archetypes. So too, like they'll probably go back and do it. Sometimes I forget. Like sometimes I feel like they've forgotten some of these archetypes or two. And I personally rather they bring in these archetypes rather than give us the like how they're doing lately, like give us 2 archetypes, each set though, that aren't from the anime or manga. I prefer they put in like instead of those, put the anime and manga cards, or at least do side sets that bring these cards in there too though. So, yeah. I know some archetypes that you could probably think of from the original series would be Valen's armor cards and Siegfried's Valkyrie cards. So there's those ones too. Like I said, the one that shouts out to me the most from the original series, the Orichalcos deck. So I really do hope. And like I said, not just for this one, but all the ones I'm about to mention there too. I really do hope that they give us the rest of the cards there too, because some of these decks have either got one card from, 2 cards from, or a few cards from, but really not to make a deck, or even if you can, it's gonna be tough to because for the people who actually watched the series and might have said, "Oh, the Orichalcos deck is my favorite deck," well, you're out of luck because they only gave us like a few cards. So that's what, and I think most of these are antagonist decks too, that they don't really they focus more towards protagonists than they do antagonists though. So it's how I feel. But anyway, on the GX series, and like a big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. There's gonna be this is the series, well, along the archetype, which will list the most amount of cards or two. Alchemy Beasts. That's from season 1. That's the deck that Professor Banner used, and I'd like to see those cards get printed. Those are really cool cards. From season 2, there's the satellite cards that Prince used. Really do like those cards. They're too really cool. Satellite Laser Balzam, which is fusing 3 satellite cannons, and that was a really cool deck that I love. Then there's the White Knight cards there too. There's those ones. I know those also went with, I think, the Ice cards, which you did get a good fair amount of Ice cards to make a deck, but we only got like 2 White Knight cards, so it'd be cool to see that. Season 3 of the GX, the fossil cards used by Jim. That'd be a cool deck to see, because I think we only got 2 fossil cards at the moment. I think it's like Fossil Donny Pachycephalo and Fossil Tusker. So it'd be cool to see some more fossil cards. And the main one I'd like to see too is the Advanced Crystal Beasts. I know Crystal Beasts already have like enough cards to make a deck there too, but I like to see the Advanced Crystal Beasts there too. That would be cool. I know we got Advanced Dark, but I'd still want to see the Advanced Crystal Beasts, because those cards are just awesome. From season 4, there's the clear cards, like the clear world cards. I forget the guy's name that uses them. Those cards are pretty cool. I know we only have Clear Vice Dragon and Clear World, so it'd be cool to see those, get the rest of those cards too. And then the last one from season 4 is the Darkness deck that's used by Night Shroud. So I know we already got like a couple Darkness cards already, but it'd be cool to see the rest of those cards too, because those cards are very interesting as well too. And each of these decks are to have their own style of dueling though too, and that's really cool about these decks there too, because there's not really another deck that's like them. I know there's another deck here that I'll mention in a second or two from the manga that's kind of similar to Crystal Beasts though, but yeah, these decks are really cool though, and I'd really love to see them. On to the manga. Now this deck I'm going to mention here too, we already have enough cards to make a deck, but there's just one of the main components missing, and that's Masked Heroes. Now we do have the extra deck Master Monsters, but there's some main deck Master Monsters, like there's some normal monsters that are Master Heroes. So some Master and normal monsters that are in the main deck. It'd be cool to see those though, or even have them be created to affect monsters, that'd be cool to see. And the 2 other decks that, definitely come to my mind in the manga that I'd like to see more cards for, that we don't have much for, is the Vision Heroes and the Sphere deck. So yeah, we already have a few Vision Heroes. I know we're already going to be getting one later this week there too, but it'd be cool to see the rest of them, because they do work like the Crystal Beasts. And the Sphere deck is also another interesting deck there too. So yeah. That's it for GX down to 5Ds, and the deck that, the one archetype that really, really comes to my mind of want more cards for is the Time Lord deck. So yeah, Zone's Time Lord deck. We already got 2 Time Lords, and I believe there's like 9 more we need to get though, I think. So it'd be cool to see those ones. And for another archetype, I don't really have enough cards for, but Mech Lords. I'd like to see those 3 Mech Lord core cards get made, like, Sky Core, Wise Core, Grand Core. I'd like to see those cards get made there too, because that'd be cool to see that for the Mech Lord deck. Zexal, there's actually a few ones I've here. Of course, the statue deck, obviously. I know it was only like a one-time thing only, but it kind of reminds me of the Malefics, though, in the sense that, it's like iconic cards like Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Dark Magician Girl, Blue Eyes Ultimate, though, that were made in a statue card. So it'd be pretty cool to see that deck made. The next one is the New Orders cards used by Eliphas. I'm saying his name right. That's another interesting deck there too. And I know there's like the final cards like a rank 13 monster, but that'd be cool to see. And then the other ones I'm going to mention are the Numeron cards, which is pretty much the cards used by Don 1000, which are number cards. And that's the last one I was going to mention too, is number cards. But yeah, it'd be cool to see those Numeron cards there too, because we're missing a lot of number cards there too. And there's even some number cards that haven't been in the anime or the manga that we're missing there too. So like I said, the number cards, like I actually wrote these ones down, which ones are missing though too. But yeah, we're missing numbers 1, Chaos number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26, 27, 29, 41, 60, 67, 68, 71, 75, 76, 89, 90, 97, and also you want to include the last 2 over 1,000 numbers. There's Chaos number 1,000 and Chaos Imaginary 1,000. So there's still those ones there too, though. So it'd be cool to see all those cards get made. I know some of these cards might be a little bit tough to make, especially the number 1,000 numbers, because they're really OP though. But it'd still be cool to see these cards too, because I'd like to see us get the rest of those number cards there too. And then last but not least, Arc 5. So yeah, and the archetypes that, there's actually a few here too. Beast Borgs, that was the card that the deck that Barrett used. Be cool to see those cards. Then you have the B-Force cards used by, I forget the guy's name though. But yeah, those B-Force cards, that Synchro deck though. Then there's the Earthbound cards and Thorn Prisoner cards. So those two decks were used by Sergei. Be cool to see those decks. Then there's the CCC cards used by Rara, or Triple C, I guess. Parasite cards, that was the cards used by the Doctor. And then the last cards are the On cards. Well, the what was it called? The spell cards, the energy cards, I guess. The cards that Ray uses. So it'd be cool to see all those cards get made there too. And like I said there too, like other cards I love to see is like there's a Blue Eyes card from the original series, like Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon or Blue Eyes Tyrant Burster. I like to see. There's some more Elemental Heroes, Destiny Heroes, Neospace cards, and Masters and our stuff there too. I'd like to get there too. There's some more Mechlord cards from 5Ds I like to see as well too, and there's some other cards from Zex I like to see, like the Umbral Horror cards, and of course for you expansion too, the Tachyon cards. That'd be cool to see, especially Tachyon Downfall Cannon. And for Arc 5, of course, it'd be cool to see. I think there's like some Phantom Knight cards are missing there too. That also goes at 2x punishment. And yeah, it'd be cool to see those ones, along with there's some like Perform Battle cards missing, and even in our deck I'm going to mention other 2 Perform Mages. That deck kind of got ruined by the ban list there too, so now you really can't pendulum summon unless you put an Art Pendulum monster on 2 from a different deck. But there's a lot of pendulum monsters that were in the show that we didn't get there too, and even a fusion monster and another Xe monster and even a rank up magic cards. So it'd be cool to see those too. Like I know there's this collector's pack that's coming that has a bunch of Arc 5 cards there too, and I know we're getting like the combat, Odd Eyes Venom Dragon. I really hope that means we get Odd Eyes Winged Dragon, and I really hope that also means we're going to get the Triple D Synchro Pendulum and the Triple D Fusion Pendulum cards that we're using that were used at the end there too. It'd be pretty cool to see that too. And I believe we're already getting the rest of the Supreme King Servant Dragons of the Dimension Dragons, because I see we're already going to be getting Star Venom and Clear Wing. So hopefully that means I'm going to assume we're going to get Dark Rebellion and Odd Eyes. So can't wait to see those cards. And yeah, all these cool cards to see there too. And yeah, and I know it just, it's kind of hard for some cards because you got to think how they're going to work in the game itself there too. Like, of course, if you're wanting for, the speed rolled 1 and 2 and, speed spells and then action fields and then action cards, I know that's going to be really tough to do. But from someone who's played the video games that had the speed roll duels, those were fun though. And it'd be pretty interesting to see like a video game where there's actually action duels there too. That'd be cool to see too. But yeah, that stuff I can understand is too hard to do. And the other cards you just got to kind of think about there too, and kind of, if you think they're too OP for the game, then just kind of, make them not, I guess, if you want to make it more fair though, but just don't like really ruin it though. Don't go too far. So, but yeah, that's just like my thoughts on that there too. And like I said, there's many other decks out there there's many other decks out there that can be mentioned there too. And yeah, so like I said, if I had to go through every card that was an archetype card there too, that there'd just be hundreds, and even that's not counting all the non-archetype cards there too. But like I said, it'd be cool to see all these cards get made into these anime manga only cards get come to the OCG and TCG, because I think that'd be a good idea, because that gives more variety, and some of these decks have their own style of dueling. So yeah, I'd actually really love to see those ones there too. So yeah, and that's actually about all I can think for that. That's about all the archetypes I actually name off for this there too. There's, like I said, there's plenty of other ones there too. I'm not going to go through them all because they're just kind of ones using filler episodes or two. But yeah, so probably should conclude this video off here too. But yeah, that's it for this discussion video too. And the next video I'll be doing will be the 3 display boxes of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Saga, and that'll be coming up this Friday, so I'll be doing the opening of that there too for you. And for now, this is the last of the discussion videos for now. There'll be plenty of others, but like I said, when I get some more video ideas up, I can start doing some more videos. Anyway, stay tuned for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Saga opening. That'll be coming up this Friday. And yeah, That's it for this video. This is Supreme King, sign off. Get your game on.